Hello gang, my name is Douglas Cosette. I'm the solution specialist here at Supersiders. The reason we come to this convention center is because not only do we get to interact with the people, we get to talk to them, we get to understand their needs, really find out what they're looking for, show them our wonderful products, let them touch and feel them, and then get a real kind of feel for the customer, because at the end of the day, I don't want to go out and waste somebody's time or waste my time. We've been coming here for, gosh, over 20 years. We're locked into the booth. We have another booth down here. We actually doubled down this year. I can tell you, the show goes to 8 p.m. I'm the guy that stays to the end of the show. I've had a number of people beeline over 5 minutes before we close with a little binder in their hand saying, I need LP Smart Side siding. Can you come out to my house at Eden Prairie? I got a monster house. Yeah, I'll be out there tomorrow, and the guy's buying by Friday. Danielle, let me say this. You are absolutely amazing as far as a salesperson. I've been in sales for over 15 years. I've been grinding and hard jobs, easy jobs, good jobs. I tell you what, if I can do half of what you're doing, I feel good about myself.
When I first started doing home shows, I was a little weary about it. It's a lot of money. It's a big investment for the smaller guys or guys just starting off. I'd say after my first day, with me and my brother sitting in a little tiny pergola booth compared to this one that we have now, it was night and day difference for sales, for client leads. It's definitely something I'd recommend, especially just starting your company, because it's such a big brand recognition and lead source that if you can't bring in the leads you need from a show, then you need to also figure out, what is my sales process? The excitement being down here, being part of something so big and bold, especially in BC Place, it really pushes the limit for us, and all of a sudden our team just loved the atmosphere. The team at Marketplace Events have gone above and beyond for us. I've known Amber for a few years now, many years, and Shannon just coming in. Huge shout out to them. We love the relationship we have with them. We couldn't be happier, and we're going to be here for years to come.
They were very helpful right from the get-go. They welcomed us in, especially as being a new vendor with the unique product that we have. Kristen and the team were great on answering any questions, getting back to us right away, which was awesome because we had no clue on what to expect, how to even set up, or which door to even get into. So they've been great. Whenever we reached out to them, they've got back to us immediately, and then they actually really pitching us to come back next year with a bigger booth spot. So, and you know what? The way the traffic has been and all that, and to get more people in, I think they got us on the hook for another, probably a 2020 by next year or so.
we spent a good chunk of change. I bet you between the crew, the booths, the semis, everything, we might have $80,000 into it. We usually think we would get about $1.5 million to $2 million in return business. This is the second year after COVID. You can see it's coming back. And you're talking about a business that was just decimated by COVID for 2 years. So Marketplace, they really put themselves out there to put on the show, to advertise for a show. And that's important. I think personally the advertising was fantastic. There wasn't a day that went by in the last week or so that I didn't see a home and garden show ad. Even when I go home tonight or last night, I seen a home and garden show ad. So they're not quitting just because we're so close to the finish line.
We have been in the show for as long as I can remember, since I was a child, at least 30 or 40 years. We keep coming back because it's the biggest generation of business for us, hands down throughout the year. We get a large number of leads, appointments set right at the show, and it's a really good quality of lead. We do quite a bit of marketing. We do a lot of print ads. We do like the clippers, the things that hit 100,000 plus homes. And this show brings in quite a bit of serious buyers. So whereas we get a lot of tire kickers from some of the other marketing that we do, we get a lot of quality leads from this show where people are here and they know who we are, they're seeking us out, and they're ready to do business. So our return on investment is huge. I mean, this booth obviously costs us quite a bit, but we sell one job and that is absolutely worth it. We'll absolutely sell probably anywhere from 30 to 50 jobs off of this home show, and the average ticket on those will be anywhere from probably $70,000 to $250,000. experience, right? People come here and they see your booth set up, and whether you do a simple display or something more elaborate like we have here, it literally legitimizes your business right away. The marketplace events team is great. Lisa Garden is awesome to deal with. She's one of our favorite people. She makes this experience that's normally super stressful a lot easier, and we really couldn't do it without you guys.
Do you know, the return on investment question always comes up because I think people are so linear when they think about it. Like, they think to themselves, oh my gosh, I'm spending $10,000 to be at the home show, or whatever it might be. And the challenge, I think, is that if you look at it as a specific return, you'll struggle. But it's part of your overall marketing campaign, as it should be. It shouldn't just focus on the actual event itself, because what about next year? What about the person who remembers you top of mind in 2 months' time? And where did I hear about that company? Oh, yeah, I saw them at the home show. You can't put an Excel spreadsheet together to go through that right off the bat. I know some companies do, and that's fine, but you can see the companies that have come back year after year who focus on it and understand that, and then they're capitalizing on the investment. So I wouldn't say you're spending money, I'd say you're investing money, and I say that that's the most important part for anybody or any professional who wants to take their business to the next level. So why you should do it? Honestly, if you want to improve your business, and if you want, and it isn't just worried, hey, but I already have a few jobs booked. Okay, well, what about next year? What about the year after that? What about the year after that? If you're not looking long-term ahead, then you're just looking 6 inches in front of you. And that's not, especially now, if you think of a recession possibly coming, if you're not focusing long-term, you're gonna struggle. And I think this is where you focus long-term. This is a really good investment. Gordon, Rob, and Chris, and I think the three of them are fantastic because they aren't trying to sell you something, they are actually trying to improve your business. So where's your location? Is that the right spot for you? You should move here because of that. I've heard them say that to other people. They're not salespeople. They're part of your business. They're partnering with you to make your business better.
We get over 50% of our work comes from repeat clients. So past clients are repeat customers, and we always ask, well, how'd you hear about MBS? And they always laugh and say, well, we've seen you at the show for years, and it's true. It really is. We've been here for so long. We started, I think the first show was in 1996. We had a little 10 by 10 booth with a little kiosk of just a few door styles. We almost got 300 leads, and that we were just like, you got to be kidding me. Yes, we've been here for 26 years, and we get so much business from the show, so much exposure, and we couldn't afford not to be here. I would say that we probably end up with about 45 legitimate projects that people actually invite us into their home to give us a bid. That would cost, for the amount of money that we pay for this 20 by 20 space to get 45 leads, it would be a fortune in print advertising or radio advertising to get this kind of leads. So I had to point at one thing that got us from the $600,000 or $700,000 to a $10 million volume. It would have to be these shows, a marketplace event. They put on a great show here.
I do feel you need to be here at every show. You need to be here to be a presence, to have, because if they don't see you here, they're moving on. They think you're either gone, you're out of business, whatever, you're not relevant anymore. So if you're here, it's an important aspect. Everybody tells you that word of mouth and referrals are the greatest marketing, and that's true until you get to a certain size. And when you want to start growing, you need people. And so, a good rule of thumb is that 40% of your revenue is coming from repeats and referrals. That's a really healthy balance. So what that leaves you is 60% that you got to fill through other marketing activities. And this is an opportunity that gets you that ability to bring those people in.
And these are all the kind of people that we want to market to. It's way better than Instagram. It's way better than Google AdWords because you're talking to actual human beings as opposed to a computer. And that, to me, is what is the biggest impact. I think you can really change the hearts and minds of people by actually talking and being passionate. Whereas a Google ad, everyone sees them every day. So they're important, yes, but I think this is the way to do it. I think this is the future of marketing. People want to talk to people. People don't want to talk to computers.
But it kicks off my whole year. So although I do 20 events a year around the country, this is my only Western event, and I just couldn't substitute the quality of patrons that come out, the fun that we have. I know half of them by name. I know all of them by the jewelry they wear back from years before, and I get to see it again.
Awesome.
Well, as a small business owner, you certainly are benefited by a show that supports and continues tradition. So this show has kept it a place that you want to come to. The patrons that come are very high quality. You have a wide spectrum of people, so it's education as well as people who know exactly what they're looking for. Give it 3 years no matter what. The first year is advertising. The second year is advertising and sales. The third year is full-on benefit for sales. You'll get your return, but you have to be patient. So, hey, Marketplace Events team, really appreciate what you're doing for the show, keeping it this quality, this type of event that brings people back every year. The show has such a wonderful history, and a lot of times management companies will come in and put their own footprint on it. I'm glad you've done that mostly in the background and kept it the event that people know they want to come to.
Marketplace Events has helped our company be successful by bringing people to the booth. You know, like having a space where we can come and bring thousands of people into our show, into the homes, so they can see the different types of product that we offer, and it's been wonderful. Like, the partnership has been great. The team is so strong, and they put on a wonderful event here, and we're excited to be here in the past and excited for what we're doing in the future. Yeah, on the marketing side of what we do a lot of online and Instagram and all of your socials, and Marketplace really partners in that with us. They're constantly pumping our brand, which is helping get the word out there, and our following is just growing. It's been incredible partnership, tons of growth, tons of potential. Love the show.
We've been doing marketplace shows for, I believe, 11 years. We've literally grown our business through these shows. We exhibited in the fall show in October. It was one of the biggest return shows I've had. It was a smaller crowd, but what we found was it actually slowed down the pace. Traditionally in a show, we have 2 to 3 minutes to introduce our company and what we do. In these slower pace, smaller shows, we're having 15, 20 minutes to actually sit down. Let's do an in-person consult. Let's actually get you numbers, and people are leaving here a lot more solid lead than just grabbing a card and taking off. Marketplace employees, we've always had a great experience. Actually now, I believe she's the show manager, started out as our booth sales rep over a decade ago. So it's been kind of fun to be able to watch the Marketplace crew grow through their career as we grow our business alongside of them. They've been huge in our growth. Everyone from the back office staff right up to the show managers, individual booth sales rep, we haven't had a bad experience dealing with any of them yet. Honestly, they've been fantastic. And if you're really nice, they sometimes bring you a good drink ticket if you're a good exhibitor.
So here we are at the Ottawa Home and Garden Show. As you can see, the floors are bumping. I am having such an incredible day. You would not believe what kind of a feeling you get when you open that door and there's a lineup of people all the way down the hall, and then they all come in here and they do business with your exhibitors. So let me walk you through the show. Come on. We've got this beautiful chess game over here. We have splash pools selling hot tubs like hotcakes. We've got Pella windows and doors. We've got the House of Canvas up over here. And one of my personal favorites, and I always do a dance when I get in front of there, and you just go in and you take a little Andy right there, and you sit on cloud 9 on this beautiful Tempur-Pedic from Sleep Country. I own one, by the way. Changed my life.